Dubai's obsession with luxury and megastructures has led to various world records being shattered for the past 20-plus years. The city's tallest, deepest, and longest structures are primarily designed to impress tourists, with a flow that's increasing steadily by 20% each year. In 2023 alone, 17 million tourists flocked to the emirate. It is no surprise then that in 2022 yet another megastructure was unveiled, the world's largest Ferris wheel, Ain Dubai, Arabic for the Dubai Eye. But within 1 year of its grand opening, this giant observation deck, or Ferris wheel, was out of commission. And today, some say it might be sinking. So, what went wrong? Earlier world-breaking record structures in Dubai included the Frank Muller Tower in Dubai, opening in December 2023. This was the world's tallest residential clock tower at 450 meters, or 1,476 feet tall. The Burj Khalifa was opened in January 2010. It was the world's tallest building and still is, standing at 128 meters, or 2,716 feet. One Za'abi, the world's longest cantilever building, opened in February 2024, has a cantilever that projects 67.5 meters or 221 feet over the city. Luckily, residential towers appear to be sturdy. Also, fortunately for the local government and businesses, these are still great tourist magnets. But other infrastructure was not so sturdy. And this is not the first time that a multi-billion-dollar project falls apart, literally. Another example is Palm Jumeirah Island, which broke ground way back in 2001 and is today an icon. However, it appears that this artificial island is slowly sinking back into the ocean, meaning that $12 billion in investments is literally washing away. Reports suggest that multiple man-made islands were initiated in the early 2000s, but were later abandoned. Local groups, journalists, and residents claim projects were abandoned due to the debt crisis. Let's keep this context in mind as we uncover the truth about the allegedly sinking Ferris wheel. Government contractors tend to deny or ignore claims of malfunctioning megastructures in Dubai. There's also often an early silence around a lack of funds. Are faulty foundations to blame for the fate of Ain Dubai, or is there more to the story? Let's take a closer look at the construction of Ain Dubai. Plans for this megastructure were approved in 2013, including an engineering marvel that would measure 210 meters, or 688 feet. The Ferris wheel was to be built on the artificial Bluewaters Island. It was intended to be part of a much larger events plaza that included restaurants, commercial spaces, as well as residences and hotels. Construction of this record-breaking megastructure was part of a construction revival in Dubai. After the 2009 economic slump, projects in the nation were either non-existent or at a standstill. Many investors and tourists had been avoiding the area due to political and economic instability in the region. But by 2013, things were on the mend. Local and foreign investments in new extravagant megastructure projects were once again flowing, and tourism was increasing steadily. In the second quarter of 2013, plans for Ain Dubai were announced to the public. State-owned Miraz Holding was awarded the construction rights. Dutch engineers from Stroneth Engineering were also contracted. This company had a good track record and a specialty. Their team completed the London Eye Ferris wheel in England, which, at its completion in 1999, was the largest wheel and observation deck at 135 meters or 443 feet. South Korea's Hyundai Contracting was the other primary entity involved. In total, $1.6 billion was allocated for this project. In typical Dubai style, the project was scaled up from original plans. The planned 210 meters or 688 feet became 250 meters or 820 feet. Upon completion, the wheel and observation deck boasts 48 high-tech cabins and 2,400 kilometers or 1,400 miles of cables. Here are 3 shocking facts for perspective. The cabins are more than double the length and weight of those on the London Eye. The entire megastructure required 33% more steel than that used on the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. Generally speaking, engineers had to square the stresses rather than double them when the planned height was increased. So, even without turning, Ain Dubai was hailed as an engineering marvel. Its grand opening was in October 2021. It seemed as though Dubai literally reinvented the wheel. But things went awry in March 2022. Authorities shut down the entire Ain Dubai events complex. The wheel stopped turning, and locals fear there is no reason for it to start again. After abruptly shutting down Ain Dubai, news began pouring in, questioning why this had occurred. Every headline seemed more vague than the last. For instance, the following message has been displayed on the Ain Dubai website for over a year, originally posted in April 2023. Important update. We continue to rigorously work on completing the enhancement works that have been taking place over the past months. Once a reopening date is set, a further announcement will be made. So, how did this happen? The Ferris wheel, as mentioned, was built on one of Dubai's artificial islands called Bluewaters Island. And as we've seen, there's evidence that many of these islands are gradually sliding back into the ocean. There's no way to know what truly is happening with the Ferris wheel, as physical access is restricted. Even nearby vendors and restaurant owners offer conflicting narratives. Could it be that Ain Dubai is simply too heavy for the man-made island? Or is something else entirely to blame? While that theory remains possible, credit must still be given where it's due. The Starneth engineers took numerous precautions to prevent collapse and any major incidents. For example, stabilization is achieved by drilling down 40 meters or 131 feet into the bedrock. Metal stilts hold up the megastructure, running 35 meters through the compacted rocks and sand forming the island's foundation. These stilts were driven an additional 5 meters or 16.4 feet into the solid seabed bedrock. This underwater strategy is meant to ensure a vertical stabilizing effect, preventing any buckling of the diagonally leaning legs supporting the wheel. As of today, the entire Ferris wheel is indeed self-supporting and standing upright. Another example of forethought is the painted white finish on all the elements of the megastructure. On the surface, this paint creates an aesthetically pleasing effect, symbolizing luxury, always a hallmark of Dubai's mega projects. Scientifically, however, this color choice is intended to prevent structural elements from expanding unevenly in the intense sunlight. Despite this praise for engineering, international headlines and local accounts hint that the megastructure might be sinking into the ocean, or that something mysterious is going on. Excerpts like this have been circulating. Referring to this, some employees spoke anonymously, fearing repercussions. According to them, this is a man-made island, and the wheel is heavier than the island itself, making it very dangerous. Anonymous sources from the area offer shocking theories. Local residents claim they heard the structure vibrating loudly and that it shook the ground when it turned. As stated, contractors and local authorities continue to deny or ignore all these rumors. But could the locals be onto something? Is the entire island at risk of sliding back into the ocean? We may never get clear answers, but Mother Nature and the laws of physics still have their effects. Only time will reveal if Ain Dubai can withstand the test of time. So, what's wrong with the Ain Dubai Ferris wheel? Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and watch more on Urban Jungle.